It's the Paul and Tom Show with Paul Schisler and Tom Brink.
Welcome back to the Paul and Tom Show.
Welcome. I am Paul.
And I am Tom.
And we're best buds, and we're so glad we have our best bud listeners listening along.
Sup, buds?
Sup, buds? Hope you've been well. We've missed you, and Tom's back after COVID.
Yeah, I got COVID.
He got the big C entered his body.
Yeah.
So you're feeling healthy?
I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling strong. I think I have the brain fog.
The brain? Ooh, is that like that happens post-COVID?
I don't know. I've heard brain fog used around COVID.
Yeah.
But like today, I literally locked myself out of the apartment.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's just age, though.
Maybe. But like the other day, I was making dinner and rice was a part of it. And I just didn't make rice.
Yeah, that sucks. And once you don't make rice for a meal when everything else is done, you're just not eating rice.
Well, you're just sitting around for 20 minutes. Just, oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I have the brain fog.
When does that clear up?
Maybe never. Who knows?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it does. We hope none of y'all got COVID, listeners. And just to shout out in the beginning, like and subscribe the podcast. Check it out. Give it a thumbs up on YouTube. Don't be one of them nasty YouTube commenters. Sometimes people are like, this is dumb. And they're just trolls. So don't do that. But like, subscribe, tell us what's up.
Yeah, and then if you got COVID, say so in the comments.
Yeah, we want to know how your experience is. Did you get brain fog?
Do you currently have it? Are you currently experiencing brain fog?
Talk to your doctor today about brain fog. It's not COVID, just brain fog.
Have you forgot part of your own name today?
Yeah.
Not the whole thing, just part.
You may have brain fog, not related to COVID, just brain fog. Someone's adamant that they just have a condition called brain fog. And the doctor's like, look, you tested positive for COVID. You got COVID. That's why you got brain fog. They're like, no, it runs in my family. I have clinical brain fog.
Chicken and the egg situation, Doc.
They're like, there's no chicken. There's no egg. It's just COVID. Like, it's brain fog. You're dumb. My Facebook group says that it's brain fog, so you're dumb. You know what's crazy? There are so many like life decisions made based on like, well, my Facebook group said, insert, bad advice.
I can't believe people are still using Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time you ever looked at a Facebook group?
Years.
Yeah.
It feels great.
Oh, I mean, I don't have Facebook anymore.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I permanently deleted it like almost 2 years ago.
Good for you.
I had like a day or two of like, oh no, but what if I miss out on life?
Mm-hmm.
And then have not thought about it since. Like, care less since.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks though is then I don't have access to Facebook Marketplace.
Yes. I just sold some stuff, and I was just like striking out on Craigslist and OfferUp.
Yep.
And I was like, man, Facebook Marketplace would be such a good place to sell this stuff.
Yeah.
Eventually, OfferUp worked out.
Nice.
But that's the one thing I just want a Facebook Marketplace account.
Let me do Marketplace only.
You know what? I almost hit you up to see if you had Facebook, to see if I could sell it through your Facebook account on Facebook Marketplace.
When sometimes I created a dummy account just so I could browse Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, yeah.
But with it, I can't contact people because it's a
man.
dummy account. They're not going to respond. So I have to ask Lauren, like, here's a link. can you talk to them? Here's what I want to negotiate. And you're like, all right,
Hey, Mom, can you buy this for me? That's what it's coming down to. That's what I do. My Esther's logged into our Amazon account. So anytime I want something off Amazon, I text her the link and I'm like, can you buy this for me?
Why aren't you logged in?
I just don't know. I don't. You know why? Because we use her login and stuff, and I don't think she remembers the password. You know when your passwords just get saved on certain devices, and then you completely forget about the password.
Dude, I had to do that. I had to like wipe my computer and boot it up from a backup, and everything shows up except for your passwords. No, those like saved ones come through too, but you are asked to log into everything.
I hate it
all the time.
I hate it
over and over and over and over
and over again. You know, I sing a lot at home.
Do you?
Like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And it you know, most of the time it drives Esther nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't help it. Like,
is that the little brother in you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's like the little brother / the performer in me. That I just want to like I hate musicals, but I'm constantly singing in life as if it's a musical. Not in like an obnoxious musical. Musicals are obnoxious because they're like, just tell me what you're trying to say.
Don't you waiting for people to chime in?
Sometimes I love it when Esther also chimes in with the song.
Oh,
like she'll answer back.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like, I wish you would. If she like starts, like for example, if she was like, I wish you would, I'll be like, I wish you would step back. You know, like go into a song. Or I will just, if she's like, hey, I need you to like take the milk out of the fridge. I'll be like, taking the milk out of the fridge. Taking the milk out of the fridge. It's pretty annoying, but it's satisfying to do.
Okay. Well, you're just trying to find fun anywhere you can get it.
You know, because life's stressful and can suck. So you just sometimes singing a song, singing a little diddle, can convince your body that like, hey, we're feeling good.
I'm paying the bills.
Yeah.
Getting further in debt.
Yeah. I am crying on the toilet.
It is very explosive.
Everyone's interrupting me again. Call back to Stinky Daddy.
Oh man, I had a song that I like wrote, but it was like a parody and it had to do with poo.
Like a full out song?
No, it was just like a line from a real song. And I did a poo parody. I almost texted it to you.
I wish. Well, it'll come back. If it's a good song, it'll come back.
Yeah, I hope I wrote it down.
You know, I heard that from some older comedian early on.
Yeah.
Like, I was so worried about losing jokes or like think of something and then like not being able to remember it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, if it's really good, you'll remember it. If it's really good, it'll come back.
Like my keys after I couldn't get back in my
apartment. After your brain fog didn't want you coming in the house.
I sure as hell remembered those keys.
Keys are that good. You'll remember them.
What an excellent idea.
Keys, so good you'll eventually remember them. The most insane advertising ploy ever. Someone starts a new key company in 2022 and their whole thing is like, you'll remember them. They're really good. You'll remember them.
Oh, honestly, that might not be a bad ad for a locksmith.
Ooh.
Because it's like, you'll always remember your keys at some point. Make sure it's not when you actually need them.
Got brain fog from COVID or good old regular brain fog? Does your family
non-COVID related brain fog?
Does your family suffer from a long line of non-COVID related brain fog?
Generations in turmoil.
Just thousands of keys lost. Thousands.
Have you been on your knees praying and wishing for some fog lights on this car we call life?
Doctor, I got brain fog. Do you have any sort of like fog lights or fog horn to clear it up? The only person asked to leave the hospital.
Not the people trying to get more drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good times.
I was thinking something you just said about being an adult and the stresses of life and experiencing a morning with you.
Yeah.
It was pretty eye-opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me.
So
spill everything that's on your mind.
Lately, I've been spending my mornings waking up a little early.
Yep.
Doing some stretches, doing a little workout tape on Apple Fitness Plus. What's up?
Oh, shout out.
Sponsor us.
Bing, 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 bing. Sponsor.
I dare you to sponsor us.
You won't.
Triple Dog Dare. And then I make some coffee and I sit on the couch.
This sounds so good.
And for like the next like hour or so, Lauren and I are casually getting ready and drinking more coffee. And we're just tired and we're like, man, I don't know how we can do anything else. Like, this is already so rough. And then this morning, Paul and I got to skateboard.
You guys are tired from just like waking up, making coffee and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I see where this is headed.
And so I got up super early this morning, met Paul to skateboard at the skate park.
We're talking like we met there at 6:30 a.m. just to give you an idea.
6:30
a.m.
in the morning. It was cool. First park trip.
Yo.
First boys doing it up.
First boys at the park trip. Just imagine the gnarliest skateboard video you've ever seen, and then it's like opposite that.
Yeah. Imagine that just didn't happen.
But also imagine the same amount of like fun
and passion. Effort.
The same amount of effort, except you're watching a couple dudes like squeezing out ollies.
Hope they don't roll all the way top of the bank.
Yeah. Please don't let my front wheels touch the top of the ramp, because I will break my neck.
I won't know what to do when I get there.
Yeah, your body's like, why are we here?
You're like, man, these rails really are too high, aren't they? So we do that. We have fun. Paul has this fun idea of me coming over, helping bring the one boy over to school.
Yeah, my 4-year-old doing preschool drop off. Wanted you to join.
And so we go back to Paul's house and the boys are just running.
Chaos.
They're just running. And they're finding any toy that moves and is large, getting on it and zooming around.
Yeah.
And it's 7:10 a.m.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like at this point, it's like 7:46 a.m. We need to be out the door by 7:50.
Yeah.
Socks are not on.
Yeah.
Backpack is not packed.
And they know they're going to school.
Yeah.
But he was asking you why, like, what are we doing? Like, he's acting as if he didn't know where he was going. It's like, we're going to school. Why? It's like, because we do it every day.
There are certain questions I don't know how to answer. I'm like, oh, are you playing mind games with me? That's what it feels like. Why are we going to school? I'm like, you go to school every day. You love school. What do you mean? You're going to school? Sometimes the only answer I have is like, you're going to school because you're going to school. Or one time I thought I was being clever, and I started this tactic when he's like, "Why am I going to school?" I say, "Why do you think you're going to school?"
Ooh,
like,
put it on him.
It worked one time. The rest of the time, he's just like, "No, I said, why am I going to school?" He gets very like,
"No, I asked you."
He gets very like, "No, you idiot. I asked you why."
What don't you understand? Yeah. I think he asked me where shoes came from.
Yes.
And I had the brilliant answer. What was it? A factory?
Yeah, you said that was good.
I was like, I don't know, a factory. He's like, oh, okay. And just moved on to the next thing.
No, he said, "Oh, that's amazing."
Yeah.
Sometimes when he'll give answers, he'll say something like that, like, "Oh, that's amazing." And I know that he and I both know that he doesn't know what a factory is. And I'll go, "Oh, and do you know what a factory is?" And he's like, "Yeah." Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
Like, you're good, man.
But then, like, we open the door to get to the car, and the boys are just running down the hall to the elevator,
shouting.
And we take the elevator. They're running through the garage to the car, but like running in different areas. So they're not like together in parallel. They're at different speeds. One's in front, one's behind.
Oh, man.
And then we get in the car, and then the road gets cut off because there's construction during rush hour. And the amount of questions you got about why we were going the certain direction we were going.
It's like a broken record. It was like a broken record.
Yeah, and it's nothing on, like, I'm not making fun of your son. It's more like
it's the absurdity of being a 4-year-old
right
communicating with adults.
Yeah.
They're tired adults.
Yeah. And just like, well, we don't do this. We don't go this way.
Yeah, like I know this is not the way to school. What is happening?
Yeah.
Why is this happening? And until I get an answer that at least scratches the itch, I'm going to keep asking, dumbass. Yeah.
And so, I don't know. It was some really awesome insight.
Yeah.
Into how the...
And you even got to experience, like, when we got to the school and I get out of the car to take Owen to school.
Yeah.
The 2-year-old is in the back seat crying and freaking out because he also wants to come. But I was like, no, just stay in the car with Uncle Tom, please.
It'll be 2 minutes.
Because I don't want to, like, undo your car seat and then put you back in the car seat.
He did not like any of the fart sounds I was making.
No, usually he does.
I got him to like kind of stop, and he like looked at me pretending to be upset, but he was amused.
Once he's in a mood, then he's like, nothing's gonna work.
Yeah, and so it was just kind of like, I don't know. It's because I don't have that life. I've often wondered what it was like.
Oh yeah. You got to experience like morning in the life of.
I got a glimpse, but
dude,
I didn't get the glimpse of the 4 years of it leading up to it.
And you know, your glimpse that you experienced this morning, it is that every single morning. To varying degrees. Sometimes, like this morning, pretty good.
It seemed like a pretty good morning.
There are really good mornings where they're on it.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning was like crazy. A pretty good morning.
But they were having fun.
There are some mornings where it is like full-blown meltdowns, fighting, crying. It's 8 a.m. We should be at school. Clothes are not even on.
You get to school and the teachers are like, why weren't they here?
Yeah.
Do you not know how to parent?
No, these teachers are like, no, we know. we're The teachers are like, we experience your kids, like to all the parents, we experience your kids every day and we see them at their best and worst. So like, no, we know.
Is that the language they use? We experience your
that's
kids?
me like speaking for them.
Got it.
Yeah.
But I had a good time.
Yeah, it's fun when you get to just watch.
You had to poke your head in and
then leave. You get to poke your head in the classroom and then like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. So that's how the other half lives.
Dude, and doing that stuff when you're sick.
Oh.
You know when you're sick, all you want to do is lay in bed?
Yeah.
No.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I like the day before I tested positive for COVID, I was just like sprawled on the couch.
Yeah.
I was like, this is all I can do.
Yeah, I just want to melt into the carpet.
Yeah. Give me like saltines and I'll munch on these and that's all I'll be.
Yeah. I don't, this stuff like that always makes me think about, like my mom was a single mom of 3 kids.
Yeah.
So anytime I experience a thing where I'm like really sick and then I'm like, it feels like a Herculean task to be sick and then also have to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
So I think like, how the hell did my mom do it? Like when on the times that she was really sick with like a flu or something, how did you do that and then also deal with 3 kids by yourself?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And you would think that would like fire me up to be like, you can do it. But I'm just like, no, it's impossible. It was a miracle that she did it. But I'm here now and
I have the internet.
Yeah.
And
it's wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
So,
yeah.
If you're out there listening and you have crazy kid stories or you need some advice for getting out the door in the morning, let us know.
As a non-parent, I would love to give you parental advice.
Tom's the source for it.
I'd be good at it.
Yeah. I think you
Take it from me. I'll be good at it.
No, because you are playful and you can see things in a way that's like, well, why does that work that way?
I haven't been tainted by being a parent and having the perspective of a parent.
You haven't. Yeah, you haven't been tainted by that and like crushed by that. But you also haven't given into like corporate adult.
Yeah.
Where you just like succumb to like, I am a corporate capitalistic adult. You will still poke holes in things because you have the curiosity to know like, well, why does it work that way? And so I think you could sympathize with kids in a way that is helpful to parents.
I'm nervous to be a dad because how do you get across try to work as least as possible but make the most amount of money?
You do it by example.
Starting here.
You
can start sending us money in any way you like in large sums and we will gladly take it.
I mean, hey, any type of money from any country.
All the above.
Crypto,
sure.
Cash.
Yeah.
From if you're listening from another country, we love that cash too.
Wait, what'd you do while I had COVID?
My mom was in town visiting.
Right.
Had some mom time, which is great because she gets to spend time with her grandboys, and took her on a trip up the coast to Carmel. It was delightful.
That sounds nice.
Felt like a good son.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know we've talked about this before. Like you become an adult and you make any amount of paycheck, and the feeling that you get where you're like, you get to like buy something for your parent.
Yeah.
Or you like buy them a meal or, buy them a pair of shoes or something. You're like, look who's become the parent now. It feels a little bit like that. And it also feels a little bit like, hey, pretty good ROI.
You got a trip.
Hey, Adam, you put in 20 years of raising me, thousands of dollars, and I got you $80 shoes. Pretty good ROI. But it feels good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like, it's sort of like the pennies you get every month from having a savings account.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I thought I was going to become rich from that. When they broke down like, yeah, if you keep your money in here, we're adding money. And I was like, holy shit. Like, let me sit down. I'm getting dizzy here. Dude, there are numbers being added for free?
Yeah. Well, and like, dude, I saw a Kevin Hart ad where they wouldn't shut up about 3% cash back. It's like, guys, that's not a lot of money.
It's not.
It's not enough money. Anyway.
Yeah.
Your mom's trip, you're treating.
It was great.
Yeah.
Fun time. So that's what we did. There was something else I wanted to bring up to you that I completely forgot. Oh, we went to a wedding.
Oh, nice.
Went to a wedding. That was great. And, weddings are great. You,
with the boys?
Yeah, with the wife. I always just want to go home. Oh, no boys. That was great. Got a babysitter. Just mom and dad out at the wedding, cutting it up.
Nice.
On the dance floor. And, yeah, it was cool. I was the only white person there.
Fun.
And had a fun time.
Good.
But I also, like, an hour into weddings, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go home. There's way too many people here. It's loud. There's so many people here and it's loud. Once I eat the food at a wedding, I'm like, okay, let's sort of wrap this up.
We did the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you technically could leave whenever you want. Technically.
Yeah.
Well, remember.
No, it was beautiful. I at every wedding I go to, I cry at the the father-daughter, mother-son dance.
Aw.
Always cry.
That's nice.
Because you see, I just like really just laser in on what the parent is experiencing.
Oh, yeah.
And you can tell the relationships that are really good.
Okay.
And you can tell the relationships that are really not good. Those I don't cry.
What's the tell?
How the parent holds on to the child while they're dancing.
Oh, wow.
And not in like it doesn't even mean that they're clutching on or hugging on tight.
Yeah.
But how they're holding their child and looking at their child during this dance. They're usually, like they're teary-eyed or crying.
Yeah.
And the kid's always like avoiding eye contact. Usually the sons are usually like avoiding eye contact with their teary-eyed mother. And the daughters are consoling their fathers. But it's beautiful.
It's okay.
And man, if you have the right song during one of those dances, it is just magical to watch.
Wow. I didn't know that it hit you so hard.
Yeah. I think even more so now as a parent, knowing like that'll be my boys one day.
That's really cute.
I mean, maybe. I hope they get married. And also for that dance, I'm like, I want to dance with them too.
Yeah. Yeah. If your kids get married, they're going to be bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still want to leave early.
Yeah. Well, by that time, you'll be like, you kids have fun. I had my dance.
Nah, actually, I take that back. For my sons, like for Owen, I'm like, I want to party with you, man.
Yeah.
I want to hang out.
Yeah. It's like, let's get to know each other now that you're an adult.
Yeah.
When I go to weddings, I instantly feel like internally, I'm reverting back to a 4-year-old.
Oh, why?
Who's being dragged there by parents.
Oh, yep.
And so I'm sitting there. I don't really understand what's happening. And it's just kind of like, okay. And then I'm just like digging my nails into my hands just because it's so uncomfortable.
Like during the ceremony, or are you talking about even at the reception?
The
reception
both.
You can at least eat.
Yeah, you can eat.
You do still feel a little bit like little boy mindset.
It's whenever people are doing like the dances or sometimes speeches.
Ooh, speeches are dicey.
And it's just like, I like feel embarrassed.
Ooh.
For
them.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Because that's how you would feel.
Probably.
Did you feel embarrassed? You gave, and some people still talk about the speech that you gave at my wedding.
I'm proud of that.
That was phenomenal.
And it was on the spot.
My brother-in-law, Esther's brother, still occasionally brings that up to me.
Really?
He'll be like, hey, how's Tom doing? Man, the speech that he gave at your wedding was one of the best speeches I've ever heard at a wedding.
Oh, I love that.
Regularly brings that up.
It's the only speech I've ever given at a wedding.
He'll say like, like you and Keel and some of my other guy, like maybe one other guy, but I think he specifically is talking about you and Keel. Is like, man, the speeches that your groomsmen gave at your wedding were like some of the best I've ever heard.
That's so cool. Yeah, I didn't even realize that that's like a thing. And then when we got there, Keel turned to me and he's like, you're going up, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, like after her, you have to go up. And I was like, oh, okay.
So you just thought of it on the spot?
Entirely.
Wow. That's all the more impressive.
Yeah. I cried from it.
Yeah, me too, man. A lot of people cried from your speech.
I made your pastor laugh.
Yeah, that feels good.
Yeah,
because he's a funny guy too.
It feels good to turn the tables on the funny pastor.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it.
He was just sitting in the front, just like, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
What is this?
He was all for it. Huge fan. Huge fan.
And it's crazy though. Like, I remember the feeling of it and I remember certain little pieces of it, but I hardly remember what I said.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
I remember the experience of it and like receiving it and like being in that moment with you and everyone. And I really, really, really wish someone was recording all that.
Oh, yeah. That would have been special.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Probably it's better from memory.
Yeah. You know what?
Who knows if it holds up?
It is special that something like that happened.
Yeah.
And we remember it and we're thankful for it, but it doesn't have to exist on tape somewhere. There is something special about that too.
Yeah. Like, let's get back into still photos.
Yeah.
Let's have photo books, albums.
Let's calm down. That's a lot of work.
Like, I want socialism, but just for the government to cover photo albums for everyone.
And houses big enough to have bookshelves to hold the
thousands of photos from your phone.
Dude, the photo albums that we have back home, I remember if we wanted to look through a photo album, you have to there's a chest somewhere. Like
you have to blow dust off of it.
Yeah, you have to take the blankets off the chest, open up this chest, dig through it, and there's like a massive photo album somewhere, or it's underneath a stack of books somewhere. It's underneath a bed. It's always buried somewhere.
And then you thumb through the whole thing and you get kind of lost into whatever you see and you forget what it was you were looking for. And then you realize it's in a different book.
Yeah.
Or where it should be is just an empty spot.
Yep. Oh, that feeling of going through the photo album. You're like, I think this was the one. 30 minutes later, I think this is. But then you get sidetracked sometimes. Yeah. You're like, oh, you remember when
Uncle Harry looked like that?
Yeah. I remember getting bored with certain photo albums. Like, oh, this one just has a bunch of pictures of like far away group photos. Wide shot group photos do not belong in photo albums. And they're boring.
The print is 2 inches.
Yeah. So bad.
Like too many cabin photos. It's like, what's this cabin?
We had our family has a cabin up in Georgia, so we had a lot of cabins.
I've been there.
Yeah.
You know, I recently had to fix my toilet, and I was thinking about the flush system at that cabin's bathroom.
It was bad. It's needs a lot of repairs. It's not most of the time when people say like my family has a cabin, and it's like, no, this is like a falling apart cabin.
Yeah, you have to fetch a pail of water and then you dump it into the back when you want to flush.
It didn't. That's only because the toilet's broken. It wasn't always like that.
Oh, I thought that was just like
no,
sustainable system.
It's just because it's broken.
Oh, it was clever.
Yeah, it worked. It was fine.
Wait, so is that an actual thing you guys bought for it, or is it like something someone rigged up?
I think it's just something someone rigged up.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there's that.
Have some geniuses in the Schisler household.
I mean, it's not me.
Hey,
I know where I stand on the SATs. It's not me.
Hey, I didn't even take them.
You're outsmarted taking them. You're better off. Suck it.
If there's anything to learn from this, kids, get brain fog and skip the SATs.
That's all you got to do.
And give the Paul and Tom show money.
Cash.
But make it out to us individually.
Yeah. Dude, you remember the ACT?
Yeah.
I took that one time and I had level 4.
I don't know what that means.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
We talked about this on an episode. My stomachache system.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that was a grading system for the ACTs.
That's how badly I failed the ACT. I'm like, excuse me, teacher, I got level 4. She's like, you can just leave. What does that even mean? That's not how this is graded. Everyone's like, I got a 24. I got a 26. And I'm like, I got level 4.
Red alert.
I got red alert level 4.
Yeah, when you said we talked about it, I was like, I could have swore we never talked about ACT scoring.
Yeah, no, I had a level 4, which if you don't know is level 4 is the most extreme stomachache I can get. That's my grading system. So I had the diarrhea sweats. You know when you're like freezing and just sweating?
Yeah.
That type of diarrhea stomach?
Uh-huh.
That's what I had going into the ACT. And those plastic seats where when you get up, everyone can see your butt sweat?
The steam. Yeah.
Yeah, you have that like butt crack sweat on your plastic seat.
Uh-huh.
I was just rocking that hard. And when you have that type of stomachache where you're like, I might shart in my pants.
Uh-huh.
You don't care about a test.
No.
I was blazing through that bad boy. Like, I'm going to fail. And then they give you a 30-minute bathroom break. Or maybe it's shorter than 30 minutes. But there's one bathroom. There's one men's bathroom. And there's 20 guys.
You want to be first, but you also don't want to blast.
But there's also no time because you have to wait to use the available stalls and urinals and stuff. So it's like, okay, so I have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I held it the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I did really poorly on the ACT.
Yeah, I bet. Was it the kind where it's like, it could be leaking? I don't know.
Possibly. You know, when you get so sweaty, you're like, I don't know what color this sweat is. Quote, quote. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hate tests.
I wrote some stuff down. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Let's get into that.
But also, I want to see if I kind of want to see if I still have the poop song.
Well, you know, going back to the singing thing, when we lived together, I would do that too.
You would sing?
Yeah,
you would
like
sing when I woke
I'm
up.
gonna touch your butt. Want you to touch my butt too. I'm gonna touch your butt. Want you to touch my butt too.
Yeah, he would sing that while walking the streets of New York City.
I wanna touch your butt. I want you to touch my butt too.
Yeah, that was
makes no sense.
That was like his mating call.
Yeah,
like an animal in the wild, a bird chirping.
Just single paw.
I want to touch your butt. I want you to touch my butt too.
Just the most innocent good boy mating call in New York City. The most PG mating song happening in New York City coming out of a mid-20s guy.
Oh, man. I'll never find this. I'm sorry I even tried looking.
It's okay.
I'll remember. I'll bring it up.
Next time we'll sing.
Yeah, we'll sing.
Do you have something else for me?
I don't know, man. We kind of shifted. I've been thinking about this. For the first half of our episodes, it's been very Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson heavy.
Yep.
And now this back end is very poop heavy.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Well, and I was trying to think earlier about how to shift it. And I was like, well, I had to fix my toilet recently. That doesn't really help.
Yeah, it's just the most human relatable thing.
It really is.
Yeah, sorry y'all
the
about
number
talking
two
about poop.
Most relatable
Oh,
Woo!
Number one is poop.
Coming in hot.
We can talk about DJ The Rock real quick because he keeps posting videos on Instagram of people shaking in tears, like sobbing uncontrollably, like body convulsing, crying when they meet him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hey, all right. Okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. They come in, they're like, can I shake your hand? And he's like, yeah, of course.
Like when someone smiles with all of their teeth showing, just clenched. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
And it's like asking the baby if they're going to buy some Tremana.
That was one of the videos that you shared. Is someone was at one of his movie premiere events.
Yeah.
And they passed their newborn baby. And it was sub 8 months.
At least.
Sub 8 months. And they crowd surfed their baby to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on stage. And he took the baby. You got to send the baby back.
Yeah, he's got to be like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What do you want me to do with this thing?
He received the baby on stage and was like, all right. All right, this was a good thing. This is not a good thing. I can't imagine doing that.
Well, all right. So do you think the problem lies in the people or the problem lies in The Rock?
Both.
Okay.
Because the people for sure, what's wrong with you?
Come on.
It's The Rock.
It's The Rock.
It's not. Yeah. So, and then also The Rock posting it isn't this great? No, man, it is not.
No, it's not.
This is not cool.
And Dude's gonna start a cult, but with out a message.
I mean, he's gonna have a message
about brands. It'll be a brand heavy cult.
It's gonna be a brand heavy cult. Just drink the Zoe.
We need to get him a Pope mobile. Protect him from all these babies.
Yeah.
Just drive through town.
A Zoe-mobile
on top of the car in the glass box, waving.
But that's not his. He wants to be with the people.
Yeah, because he's real.
he gets a Pope mobile. Vin Diesel buys a slightly bigger one.
But it's American muscle.
Pope mobile out of a Dodge Charger.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Yeah, unhinged behavior.
I saw Avatar for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize Letty is in it.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, okay, I understand this movie now.
Yep. You're like, oh.
Fast and Furious, I get it.
This is when she was gone from that one Fast and Furious because she was on She was in Avatar.
She died in the Fast and the Furious franchise. No, that means Avatar is part of the Fast and the Furious world. It is canon.
Dude.
She was on a secret mission assigned to her.
Oh, man. Ludicrous. Configuring a car to fly to wherever the hell Avatar people are. And all that is said is, man, that's crazy. We're going to Avatar? That's 30% of the script.
It was like, man, I would love to see those cut scenes.
Oh, man. A Fast and Furious Avatar crossover? Whoa.
And that's why I trusted that she would be able to navigate all those floating mountains in the helicopter. I was just like, oh yeah, of course Letty could do this.
She knows how to street race.
Yeah.
She knows family.
She's part of the family. I hope she returns.
She's talking to the producers like, look, I returned in fast. You can bring me back from the dead.
Talking to James Cameron. Hey, Jim. So,
hey, Jim Cam.
You know Vin. Now that I'm back in Fast, he has a couple questions for you. He wants you to see if you are into family. And if you want to join forces. Yeah, what if the next two Fast and the Furious movies are Avatar 3?
I mean,
and 4.
I am 1,000,000% bought into that.
That would be ludicrous fighting off. That would be good.
I mean, cash.
Oh, so much cash. Studios, cash.
Can you imagine the budget on that movie?
$2 billion.
Easily.
Yeah. Well, because the next one has I mean, I don't think it's confirmed, but it's kind of confirmed Michael Caine.
Oh, yeah. Because Vin Diesel posted an Instagram post with him and Michael Caine. Catch it. It's just the weirdest caption.
I love hanging with this guy. He calls me son and means it.
What the hell even is that? We joked about that because that was the caption. He calls me son. I'm like, yeah, that's just what old British dudes say to everyone who old British men. I'm pretty sure just to any younger British guy are like, hello, son.
I guess. I don't know.
What if that's all Michael Caine was saying? It was like, all right, son.
It could be his thing. Did you watch any of the
son family?
Did you watch any of the clips from British Bake Off taco?
Oh, I saw people laughing about it.
Oh man, the way the British speak is
guacamole or something. Molo.
No, it was like guacamole.
Yeah, yikes.
Or it wasn't taco. It was like taco.
Every cuisine doesn't need to be covered on every show.
Or at least, like, if you're going to look up the recipes, at least have Google tell you how to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, I might not be saying it right.
British people. What are you doing?
Figure it out.
What are you doing?
What are they doing over there across that pond?
Just being wacky. Yeah. Isn't it? I know. Stop it.
Yeah, if you just become British.
Stop it. That hurt.
Just episode 10, you're gone. And then episode 11, you come back and you're British.
Oh, no. Paul's gone, isn't he?
I love how much effort this takes.
It's so hard.
Nah.
Ouch, that really hurt. Stop it. There's, I feel like British people hate it when Americans do British accent because most of us do pretty poor British accents.
From my understanding, the way Americans speak in English is closer to what the original British English was.
Really?
And apparently the Philly accent is the closest.
Stop it. Oh, stop it.
Yeah, and so they just kind of devolved since we left. Yeah.
What are the facts and sources on this?
Totally just stuff I heard in passing through TV and online.
I'll buy it.
I want to believe it, therefore it is true.
But why people from England came over here. So
they want to do stuff the right way.
Yeah, so it does make sense. Like why do we speak different types of English?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a linguist out there losing their mind right now.
If we have a linguist listener, please call in, in.
I took a linguistics class in college.
Oh, yeah? I didn't go to college.
All the better for it, because buckle up. The teacher for this, it was just an unnecessarily difficult class. The teacher was like angry that we weren't better students because anytime you'd ask a question, it would seem like such an inconvenience. Like, why don't you already know this?
Oh, that's annoying.
Bad learning environment. And then one time, a few students were like, "Hey, let's get together and have a study group together." And when class was over, she was talking to another kid like, "Those students that are getting together have a study group together, those fools." It's an awful thing to do. Foolish. Yeah.
That gives me Gandalf mad at Samwise Gamgee vibes.
Fools. Fool.
That was it.
So good.
That was really good.
You know who does a phenomenal Gandalf is Mateo Lane.
No.
The comedian Mateo Lane. Phenomenal Gandalf. Please look it up.
I will have to.
Look up. He does it he was on Pete Holmes' podcast.
Yeah.
And most phenomenal Gandalf impression.
I cannot wait to listen to that.
Yeah, we need to watch it after this.
Mateo's so funny.
So good. Yeah, Gandalf, man. You do an excellent Gimli.
And my ox.
My ox. Just inserting that into like dinner table. I'm like, "Hey, can you pass the fork? Oh yeah, can you pass the knife?" And my ox.
I was trying to. We rewatched the trilogy, and I was like, "Wait for it, it's gonna happen." And then I was like, "Lauren, my favorite part is about to happen."
Oh, no.
And he just says it, and it's like so lackluster.
It's so disappointing.
But it's something that's stuck with me forever.
Yeah. My ox.
There's one ox.
Just the most guttural, juicy. On my ox.
But like, I don't know, the dwarves in Lord of the Rings are always like chewing on something wet.
Yeah.
Just and my ox.
Just chewing on wet bread. Chewing on greasy meat.
Just like wet
And
pork. Like,
what was another one that we said?
Oh, one of my favorites was like one thing that I thought was funny for a little bit was just walking with people and then just stopping. And then someone would be like, "What's going on?" He's like, this is the furthest away from the Shire that I've ever been. One more step. And I'd be like, "It's okay, Sam. It's okay, Sam."
That makes or breaks people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. You get
It's old. Well, because no one remembers the movies. So
yeah. And that particular.
There was definitely other things.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, that's classic.
Obviously.
Listen to us remember Lord of the Rings.
Oh man, what a brutal podcast to listen to. Just remembering parts of like 3-hour movies. Yikes.
I totally forgot about Treebeard.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh man, they were so frustrating. It took so long. Oh, there was some sort of orc line, I think. Like, meat's back on the menu, boys.
Meat's back on the menu, boys. Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably more, but
Good times. This was a good time.
yeah, this is a good time.
Should we say goodbye to everyone?
Yeah, goodbye. We'll be back.
Yeah, if you have life stuff you want to talk about, you want us to help you out with,
Please ask us.
drop us a link, shoot us a message, follow us on all the social media platforms, Paul and Tom Show. Check us out on YouTube.
Yep.
Give it a like, give it a share, and listen in next time. Until then, we miss you.
We really do. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.